Most people think the end of The Shining is confusing because of one photograph. But that photograph is not actually the mystery, it's the answer. And when you know what Kubrick embedded into the film from the very beginning, the final shot is not a twist, it's a confession. Kubrick wasn't telling a ghost story. He was telling a story about madness. He was telling a story about a place that consumes people and repeats them over and over across time. The Overlook Hotel isn't haunted, it's a ritual mechanism, a machine. And Jack isn't possessed, he's claimed. To understand the ending, you have to unlearn the idea that time in The Shining works normally. Kubrick shows us again and again that the Overlook exists outside of conventional time. It's a place where past and present don't follow each other. They overlap like layers of the same consciousness. The film opens with Jack crossing into the mountains, and note this carefully. The moment he enters the physical space of the Overlook, strange things begin to happen. Danny sees visions he has no way of understanding. Jack dreams of killing his family long before anything supernatural occurs. And the first time Jack walks into the Gold Room, a place filled with people who do not exist, he's not surprised. He behaves like someone returning somewhere familiar. This is Kubrick's first clue. Jack doesn't become part of the Overlook. He was always part of it. The final photograph, dated July 4th, 1921, is not a snapshot of the past. It's the hotel revealing the truth about itself. The Overlook does not just kill people, it absorbs them. It pulls individuals into its own closed loop of time, and once you belong to the Overlook, you are part of its story forever. You don't haunt the hotel haunts you. Throughout the film, Jack repeatedly says things that, if he is simply losing his mind, make no sense. When Delbert Grady tells him he has always been the caretaker, Jack does not argue. He accepts it instantly, like someone remembering rather than learning. Even earlier, during the interview, Jack mentions feeling like he's been at the hotel before. These aren't random lines. This is Kubrick whispering the film's actual thesis. Jack is in a cycle that predates him. The Overlook chooses certain people, or certain patterns of people, and repeats them endlessly. As long as the ritual continues, time inside the hotel loops back on itself like a snake eating its tail. Jack isn't reincarnated, he isn't resurrected, he's recycled. This is why the final act is presented with the same careful, ritualistic pacing you see in Kubrick's other metaphysical films. Everything feels predetermined. The chase through the maze, the slow freeze, the dissolve into the ballroom. These aren't plot beats, they're ceremonial steps. You're not watching Jack die, you're watching Jack be reabsorbed into the Overlook's story, placed back in the role the hotel has always written for him. When the camera pushes into the photograph, there is no shock, no musical sting, no moment of revelation. Kubrick directs it like a slow, inevitable truth. The hotel shows its memory, and in that memory, Jack stands smiling, not as a victim, but as a participant. This is the part that most people miss. Jack is not horrified to be in the photograph. He belongs in it. His expression is calm, centered, almost proud. He hasn't been trapped. He's been restored. Kubrick's real ending isn't about ghosts at all. It's about patterns, human patterns, violent patterns. Cycles of behavior that repeat through generations until they become myth. The Overlook isn't a supernatural entity. It's a metaphor for those cycles, a structure built on violence that demands reenactment. Jack isn't corrupted by the hotel. The hotel selects him because he already fits the pattern. And that photograph? It isn't the past. It's the Overlook's eternal present, a place where all its stories exist at once. July 4th, 1921 is not a date, it's a symbol. The power and corruption of America's dominating roaring 20s. A celebration layered over blood. A bright holiday covering something rotten underneath. Kubrick is showing you exactly what the Overlook is. a monument to cycles of violence that America refuses to break. And Jack becomes part of that monument, absorbed into an eternal story that keeps repeating itself, decade after decade, like a ritual no one remembers starting. So the real ending of The Shining is not Jack was there in 1921. The real ending is Jack never leaves the Overlook because he never did. He was always inside its story, and now he finally remembers. This is why the dissolve feels peaceful, not shocking. Why the grin is serene. Why the camera lingers. Kubrick isn't revealing a twist, he's closing a loop. Jack has been returned to his cycle, placed back into the pattern he was always destined to repeat. That is the real ending of The Shining. Not a photograph, not a mystery, a cycle completed. There is a treasure trove of clues in The Shining. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to decode more. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing for more breakdowns just like this.